just after 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon in the town of Granby.
This is when we first arrived on scene, and it looked like officers were firing some pretty heavy arms at him.
The sheriff in Granby says that Marvin Heemeyer was behind the wheel during a 90-minute rampage in that fortified bulldozer.
They do not know what reason is. Reason to them is doing it their way.
This man owned a business next to the concrete company, that he had a long-standing beef with the concrete company in Granby.
This is a dispute that dates back 3 years ago. Damage, we're told, could be in the millions. They'll have a better assessment of that later on today.
You had to take me on en masse. Well, I'm going to take you on by myself.
It's almost been 20 years since the Killdozer incident in Granby, Colorado, and today we are in Granby, and we're going to be talking to the people that Marvin Heemeyer had the most beef with. I've looked everywhere on the internet, and there's not many examples of like first-hand interviews of people that have dealt with Marvin. We're going to go straight to the beef, and we're going to figure out what went wrong here. I know from first-hand experience how someone could have problems with a town and feel like they were getting walked all over. Here in about an hour, my personal Komatsu D355A, which is the same Killdozer that plowed this town down, is going to be coming through here on a trailer.
Cody, this is 14 hours out of the way. This doesn't make any sense.
No, it's not that far out. It's worth it. I'm kind of nervous actually because I feel like maybe it's something they don't want to talk about.
True. What if they love it or they hate it?
Sometimes you get this like cult effect of a small town where no one comes in or out for 100 years. They can sometimes be really like standoffish and rude and want to piss people off for fun. They could also be really nice. I'm sure there's a lot of kind people here. We're gonna just investigate Granby, Colorado, and we're gonna see what the Killdozer means to them. Whoops.
Oh.
What the hell? The pump is slow. Please let off the handle for 12 seconds. Start again. It's super cold out. It's like 5 degrees. There's a thing in the gas station that says, it happened here in Granby.
It was me.
You get many people buying this book?
Oh, yeah.
Is this like a tourist destination for that now?
Yeah, not like hugely, but so like maybe a couple of them a
Really?
month, like 2.
Were you guys here when that happened?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, he was like kind of like behind our building.
Is everybody pretty chill about it? Or is it like a sensitive topic for some people?
It's a little bit sensitive. There's a thing that happens when a person dies that they gain all the virtues. You can't talk ill of the dead.
Right.
So everyone's, oh, he was the best guy.
I know that like my mom used to wait on him at the El Monte restaurant. You know, she said that he seemed like a decent guy.
Oh, okay.
but-
Already like someone was here when it happened.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's like a little tourist destination now.
Yeah.
Like, damn, dude.
Who wrote this book?
Patrick Brower.
Oh.
There's a couple places I want to start. There's one called Sky High News. It's the news station. They publish a little ad for Marvin's muffler shop. They're still here, but it's crazy that he bulldozed their building.
Yeah.
There are stories from both sides, and it's really hard to know, but we're going to get to the bottom of it. This is WD reporting. So if you guys don't know about Killdozer, it's a very long story, but long story short, this guy named Marvin Heemeyer lived in Granby, Colorado. Marvin had a muffler shop in town. He moved from another state.
Great building wasn't the best location, but it was a good building.
Did a great job. There's a lot of people that speak highly of him. And something was wrong with the sewage on the site. The town kept like fining him more and more. And so he got into a lawsuit with the town and lost.
Although they probably cost me $500,000 or more. I know it's been more.
And he said that people would like chuckle as he walked out of the courtroom and stuff.
The town council, I'd pass them in the post office, and they'd snicker at me after they knew I lost.
There was a lot of drama and beef here.
These people have figured out a pretty good way, being a small community, how to get away with doing things wrong and doing it legally.
There's so many details in between here. I'll do the best I can to like fill everybody in as we're going through all this. But Marvin felt like he was wronged by the town and ended up buying a giant bulldozer just like the one we just bought.
I don't believe that any of the Komatsu D355s were as in good a shape as this one was.
Parked it in his muffler shop, and he spent like a year armoring this bulldozer. And then one day he just greased up the side so nobody can climb up on top of it, and he drove it through his muffler shop and plowed over half of this town. That was June 4th, 2004. So the 20th anniversary is actually coming up. The muffler shop is not here anymore. He bulldozed part of it, and then they bulldozed the rest of it. I have maps here of the exact route, start to finish, that the Killdozer took from Marvin's muffler shop all the way to the end where it fell in the hardware store basement and he couldn't get out. We're gonna follow that route. So the first location, his muffler shop. Killdozer was built right up here. They're saying that this was the building.
It's a trash company.
Yeah, there's tons of concrete trucks lined up right there across from it. This was right where Marvin's shop was.
This is cool.
This is the concrete plant that wronged him.
Yes.
Supposedly.
You know, you can call it revenge. I don't know. I don't doubt that there is.
What the hell? We should stop here and talk to them.
Yes.
Hey, my name's Cody. I had a quick question. Is this the shop where Killdozer's built?
Yeah.
This exact building?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Well, that little shop right there. It's where those 4 dumpsters are if you walk out.
Really?
It's that shop
Okay.
right there.
Okay, interesting. All right, appreciate your help, man.
No problem.
I asked if that was a shop where the Killdozer were built, but he says that it was this building right here, which makes a lot more sense.
Oh, wait, does it say mufflers on the side? It does.
That's the muffler shop, right? The S for mufflers. That's it. That's it. Look.
Oh, no
That was
way. Now we gotta walk around the outside.
Is that it? How did he get it out? That's the shop. You can't fit that dozer through there.
You see on the front side of the building, and it has the 3 bay doors that we just drove past.
Right. Let's talk to him. I want to get in there. Sorry to bother you. Is that part of this business here?
How I understand it is, it was leased by that guy back in the day, and then once it all went down, it was just kind of folded into the business.
We were really curious if there's any way to look at it.
I'd really rather not. That's a work area for
Yeah.
our guys. You can like take some pictures from the outside. but-
Okay. No problem. Appreciate it, man.
Not allowed in.
Let's come back at midnight. It's Marvin's shop, dude.
Oh my gosh. Dude, he totally
Well-
built it in there.
I think they remodeled it, guys. Everything in front of us was the concrete plant. So you see that tower? That's all part of the concrete plant. Those are the people that he felt like really wronged him. So
Yeah.
Cody Dochif was the owner of this concrete plant, and they named it Cody's Way. I would be curious if they changed it to Cody's Way after the incident. This is the concrete plant that he really had beef with the owner, Cody Dochif.
Come to find out his name was Cody Dochev. He came back there and introduced himself to me about the rudest, most arrogant person.
And I'm gonna see if I can talk to him. I'm not sure where they are nowadays or if they're still here. There's the office. It says office.
Hopefully it's open.
Nobody here. It's not running. I mean, it's too cold for concrete, so that actually makes sense.
Yeah, that checks.
Let's
Is there
come
a-
back on June 4th. So he came out of the muffler shop. He demolished that whole concrete batch plant. And so this is where everybody started panicking. They called the cops. And then he went literally out onto the main street.
Hopefully, the community will learn something from this.
This is the main stretch of Granby right here. So his muffler shop is up there.
And he was just driving on this road.
So he plowed through that muffler shop, and then he came out onto this main stretch and just headed for downtown. We're gonna pull in here. There's a lot going on right here. I'm really curious if there's any Killdozer relics in this hardware store. Do you guys get many questions about Killdozer?
No, we don't.
The big armored bulldozer?
We have
books. Really? Oh, they carry the book here too.
Get the book.
Well, good luck
Thanks
to
for
you
the
guys.
support.
Yep.
It feels wrong saying Killdozer here because I feel like it's like a cuss word. I just feel weird saying it. It's like going to New York and saying, you heard about He went down this street, cut left, and he plowed over this. I plowed through the electric company. That's a brand new building.
Yep.
And then he turned left up here, so we're gonna turn left. We're on Jasper now. The city hall was right here. He completely demolished it. He was suing them for like discrimination or whatever of like f***ing with them for his business. This was the city hall. He completely destroyed that. They rebuilt the town hall right over the street, right in the middle.
Yep.
So they got a brand new town hall.
Town hall's right there.
I'm gonna walk in there and I'm gonna see if anybody wants to talk. I'll be back. I was curious if you guys get many questions about Killdozer.
We do. We don't praise the man because he could have killed a lot of people.
Right.
50 caliber and all the guns he had.
Were you here when that happened?
I was the one that took the call from the sheriff's department and said to evacuate.
Wow.
There was no one in the building when he came with the bulldozer.
Really? Yeah,
So we
right.
had plenty of time to get
Right,
out.
right. Yeah, that's really interesting. We're just traveling through and I was curious about it ever since then, if it was like a big deal or if it was like a sensitive topic, you know, like...
It's a sensitive topic for the ones that work here and some of the town members.
I
There's a
look at it
better way to resolve.
Yes.
Right.
And
right.
at the end of the day, we lost a member of our community.
Right.
His choices.
The community came together. This is a beautiful building. So really, he did us all a favor.
Thanks for talking about it. I
All
appreciate
right.
it. So I went in there and they were really sweet. She's like, I was the one that took the sheriff's call to evacuate the building when it happened. She was in there. And then she was like, also he kind of did us a favor by cleaning out all the crap buildings because they built a new nice library there and everything. And I don't know if that's a jab, like, oh, he did us a favor, you know, could be a way of dealing with it. But let's talk to more people. He came down the street from the town hall. This is a small town, so it's easy for him to do a lot of damage.
Right.
Went across this corner in between this light post and this bank, and it looked almost identical. He plowed the whole side of that off. Then he turned left on Main Street here and went all the way down this road quite a ways. This thing moved like 4 mile an hour, keep in mind, so like the whole town just has time to like watch it. So we're gonna go down here to Sky High News. They're still here, and I bet that we could get some sort of a story on this.
Yep.
No way.
Sky High News.
Sky High News. Wow, he plowed this building. So this is the Sky High News building that he completely destroyed. And then there's footage of him turning right here and plowing all these people's cars into a pile while the SWAT team hides around the corner of the porch. I feel like this is our next stop. I should knock on the door.
Yep.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
I had a quick question. I'm from Tennessee, and I'm kind of doing interviews with people who have heard about the Killdozer before.
Oh, okay.
And I was curious if you heard about it or like knew much.
I mean, yeah, I have heard about it.
Did you know that it like plowed right through all these cars right here?
Yeah, so that old building, that's the Sky High News building.
Yeah.
That building was torn down like completely.
Really? Okay.
Redone, yeah.
And were you here when that happened?
I was not here, no. It happened in 2004.
I said, you know, Killdozer just plowed through all the cars right in front of your house right here. He's like, yeah, I heard about that. All right, so we're outside Sky High News. I'm just gonna walk in there and let them know that my Komatsu Bulldozer is gonna be arriving to town in about an hour. And there could be a few different reactions to that, but hopefully they don't think I'm a terrorist. How's it going?
Good, what's up?
We're YouTubers from Tennessee.
Okay.
And we're here doing a kind of a little documentary thing on the Killdozer. And I kind of have a little story for you guys if you're interested in it.
What do you mean by that?
So I bought the identical Bulldozer, and here in about 2 hours it's going to be going through town.
And you're filming that?
We are. I thought I'd tell you guys if it was something you might be interested in.
Sure. Do other folks know that you're going to do that?
Nobody yet.
Can we give some people who might want to know a heads up so that nobody is concerned?
Yeah, that's
okay.
Really cool. It's not like, it doesn't have armor on it.
No, totally. I just thought, given the history.
Yeah, for sure. Were any of you here when that happened?
No.
Oh, okay.
Our former publisher who wrote the book that's sitting right there was. And then our former publisher is married to the son of who was the sheriff at the time. Am I saying that correctly?
Police chief. He climbed on top of the door.
Yeah.
He was like trying to get in.
Oh, wow.
He shot at him and stuff like that.
I see. Do you have any tips of anybody we could interview?
Probably Patrick Brower.
Damn, dude.
Who wrote this book?
Patrick Brower.
Oh.
So he's the author of the book.
Oh, okay.
There, he's
Oh,
our
okay.
former publisher.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one. So none of them were here when it happened, but as soon as I told them my dozer was coming through here, they're like, "Do you mind if we let everybody know?" So they're telling the cops. So
This is gonna be a big
call the cops
ordeal.
right now and say that we're bringing a Komatsu Bulldozer through Granby.
Oh no! Wait.
That's hilarious. He then went from Sky High News down to Independent Propane here. I don't know why he shot all the propane tanks. I think he was just living it up. He brought a 50 cal and a revolver with him, and he opened fire with his 50 cal and all these propane tanks. So I want to see if the propane tanks are still here.
Oh, there it is, right there.
Independent. It all looks so much smaller now. It's like everything grew up around it.
Right.
We gotta talk to him.
I was curious if there was anybody here that I could talk to about the Killdozer incident.
I don't even know if there's anyone here that was in the county at that time.
Really? Wow. All right. Well, thanks for your time.
Don't want to talk?
No, they're just like, nobody was here from that time. Like, nobody knows any, like, just new people.
They have no stories.
That's
new people,
just such
a...
There's no story. Everybody's really nice, I will say. We haven't encountered one rude person yet. So this is really cool, because there's like first-hand recording of all this. This piece of concrete that he backs the dozer up to is the same.
There's a big chip mark.
That is bent rebar. Piece of Killdozer concrete here. There's where the rebar was. So he came back up this, and at the top, there's a giant grader sitting there, trying to block him from getting out to destroy the rest of the town. So they're like, if we can stop him here, he can't get out. And he literally just rams it out of the way, like this giant
Picks
grader.
it up.
So then he came back out here on the main street, and I feel like at that point, because he's backtracking, I feel like he got everything that he wanted. But then he pulled up to this place, High Country Appliances. That was a hardware store, right?
Yep, it was Gamble's.
We're gonna pull in here, and we're gonna see if this hardware store still has a basement. This is where the dozer just sank in because there's a basement here, and he didn't know, so one track fell in, and he couldn't get out. That's why I'm bringing my dozer here today, is I really want to try and see if it would get out. It's a new building.
It's actually decent, yeah.
They filled it in the basement. Looks about 20 years old. My Pillow's advertising where the Killdozer fell. It looked like identical. It's like the opposite of the whole situation.
It's turned into a micro advertising.
All right, there's no basement, guys. They filled it in.
Solid ground.
The dozer tried coming along here and fell into the basement right here. And then he made it to like right here. That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is where it ended.
And nobody knows. Like, it's all
so
covered up.
Yeah, it's like kind of low key. Like they don't
Really?
even... That's just so crazy for a town to go through and not even...
Not mentioned at all.
Wait. There's barriers.
Oh, like someone's gonna do
They're
it
like,
again.
it's not happening again. Hey, there's no basement now. You would not fall in again. This guy in this white truck is code enforcement. He's exactly the type of person Marvin would have had beef with.
They just ruined a good man's life, a lot of people's lives, but that's their style.
We're YouTubers from Tennessee. We have a big YouTube channel. Okay, did they make a call about us?
Yeah.
There's 3 cop cars here now. They gotta be so interested in what's going on.
2 there, and then one right beside us. Oh my gosh.
I bought a Dozer up north, so we were filming a video and kind of interviewing people, just getting stories. So it's identical to the one that is the Killdozer.
Is it modeled to look like Heemeyer's?
No. It's that before it had the armor.
But it's on a trailer.
Right. Yeah, we're not unloading it or anything.
That was our primary concern.
Right.
I had the understanding that you were going to drive a model Killdozer through town.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, no.
And so I was like, well, heavy equipment is allowed on the highway.
Right.
So I was like, as long as he's as far right over as he can be, I was like, he's not breaking any laws.
You're allowed to drive heavy equipment on the roads here?
Within reason.
Okay.
I was raised here when Heemeyer did his bit. The grooves from his tracks lasted almost a decade. Granby PD wasn't even a thing back then.
Really?
It was just the sheriff's office.
Oh, okay.
Having grown up with that, he's a bad guy. But the older I get, I'm like, I see it from a libertarian perspective.
Yeah, right.
I get it.
That's that's where getting stories and just seeing what people's thoughts are on it.
My father actually used to work with Heemeyer.
Wow.
They were welders together. He was working with the County Road and Bridge at the time, and they were the ones who had custody of the Bulldozer after the fact. But as a kid, I got to go see it.
Go look at it.
It was impressive.
His dad was friends with Heemeyer. That's
insane.
It's like, I'm hearing so many different sides to everything. That's what we came here for. We have secured an interview with Sky High News, so we're gonna, I don't know, I've never had an interview before except for MSN, NBC, CBS.
That's a lot of interviews.
America's Got Talent.
You're on America's Got Talent?
Survivor. Gold Rush.
Those are TV shows.
Dollar General.
That's a store.
Job interview. I have to tell these people now that I'm gonna plow the rest of their town down.
No.
What the hell? I put 800,000 miles on this truck just today.
It's just not possible.
I wind the odometers up before I sell them.
You wind them up? You're supposed to wind them down.
They're not worth more?
No.
Oh, well. That was pretty good. Great interview. That's gonna be in the news. I see both sides. I really do. Our Bulldozer is going to pull up right in line with the old hardware store that it fell into. This is the first time since 2004 that this dozer has been in town. Right across from the shop where it fell into the basement. It's so big. That's crazy.
Right in front of the store.
Hey, but you're keeping it on the truck, right?
Guys, let's undo these chains.
No,
come.
It's not a 55A though.
It was a 55A. Here's the book. You need to read this before you make any real strong conclusions about how Marv was picked on.
Well, we didn't make any conclusions yet. That's what we're here for.
Cool. Call me up. I'm the author of the book.
Okay.
I was an associate producer on Tread, the movie.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So you guys need to call me.
We'll do that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, there's a mouse. There's a mouse, Kelly.
What? Marv's back, and he's a mouse.
The town is like, no, not again. I can't do this again. That was a lot of fun. We're gonna ship this down to Tennessee now and unload it for a special project we have coming up. We have to do landscaping for an elderly woman. We're turning her house into mulch.
Oh.
The author of the Killdozer book came up and gave me a copy right before we pulled out, which is really cool.
He said that it was a D355A, but John said that the A is the same. This is an A. It just doesn't have the decal.
Right. I could see both sides after this. There's a lot of nice people in this town. I could also see how someone could get really f***ed over by the government. Someone could be crazy, and someone could also sound crazy but have really based claims.
Right.
Anyways, interpret it how you want. Everybody here seems to be nice people now, though. And they say that the town has changed a lot since then. Did it change because of him? Maybe. Sometimes reasonable men must do unreasonable things. Do you guys want a truck?
I'd love a truck.
I'm giving away this truck. We don't want to drive it 60 hours back home, so if you guys want it. It drives perfectly fine. It's a great truck. I bought this today just for this. I'm gonna grab my shit out and you guys can take this truck, literally. You want it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Absolutely.